My dad always taught me growing up, he said, you're going to go through ups and downs in life.
Absolutely.
And he said, never waste the suffering.
Wow.
And
that's good advice.
That, before I really knew what it meant, spoke to me. And then I got to know what it meant.
Sure.
And so when I went through a rough period in my life and found that my life just changed overnight, I holed up and I started writing songs.
Okay.
So there was a few things I focused on. One, I had to go do my job every day.
Yeah.
Which, as you know, when you're going through things, that's hard to do.
It is.
And then I wrote songs, which was easy because that was like therapy.
Yeah.
And I poured a lot out into that.
Hey y'all, and welcome back to the Real Country Podcast. This is Nikki here again this week, and I'm very excited today to get to talk to my guest who graciously came all the way out here from Idaho, right?
Well, we came from Little Rock this time.
Came from Little Rock this time. We'll definitely get into that, but it's going to be super interesting because as far as I know, and we just talked about it, he just launched his music last year.
That's correct.
So everything is brand new, and we get to hear from the perspective of someone who's kind of just coming up in music, and I'm excited to talk to you about that. It's Worth Gibson, everybody. Thanks for being here.
It's great to be here.
I appreciate it so much.
Thank you, Nikki. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. You know, he is one of the ones where, like, I found you on Instagram, I believe, or you might have reached out to me and you kind of dig into the catalog and you're like, you know what? Yeah, this is great.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
It's all from the heart.
Yeah, I love that. Well, we'll definitely get into it. So, and we were kind of talking about this too. And his beautiful wife is over here off to the right. So we have an audience as well. You all have been here for a few days in Nashville?
Yeah, we came in 2 days ago.
Okay.
Just kind of enjoyed the town for a couple of days.
Yeah.
And rather than just race over and get back. So it's been great.
Gotcha. Yeah. But obviously not your first time, not your first rodeo here.
No, I've been in Nashville a lot. So, but, you know, every time I come, I feel like the town's bigger. There's more cranes and, you know.
I'll tell you that. That's for sure. Yeah. I know. I've been here since 2013, and my sister was just here the other week, and we went to a rooftop bar. And I was like, I remember when I used to look out here at the skyline, and there would be like 13 cranes like on the skyline. It's just every day when I come down to Nashville, it's something totally different.
Yeah, totally. It's a lot of growth. And I understand the Titans are building a new stadium.
Indeed, they are.
Yeah.
A couple $1 billion. Yeah.
Hey. What's a couple bill?
Where's it going to come from? Who knows? It's going to be cool, though. I think I haven't been to a game in a long time. Were you out here doing, like, rights or just kind of exploring?
No, we were just kind of hanging out. It gave us a chance to get out of town a little bit and just kind of relax and be together. We both run pretty hard, so it was just kind of some good downtime.
You guys are both busy.
Yeah, we saw a friend while we were here, but other than that, it's been pretty low-key.
Nice.
So it's been great.
Love that. Yeah, you get to come and kind of enjoy the city and everything it has to offer and whatnot, which I'm sure is quite different from, because you said you came from Arkansas.
Yeah, we're based in Little Rock and spend maybe half our time in Ketchum, Sun Valley, Idaho.
Really?
Yeah. It's beautiful.
In Ketchum?
Yeah.
That's probably my favorite. Ketchum and Stanley are my favorite two places in Idaho. Oh my gosh.
We love Stanley too.
Yeah.
You have to come see us.
I would love to. You have to put me to work though.
Yeah.
That's the thing when I get out there. I was like, I'm going to ask them if I come out there.
Well, I think
and
we're gonna do a songwriter round out this summer with some folks from here who you'll know, so it'll be great.
Yeah.
You should come out.
You know, I've been planning, and this is the first time I put it out into the world, so here we go. I've been planning this whole summer trip where I just get an RV and go out west and travel between all the festivals that are happening out there. So like Dusty Vaquero, Old Salt, Jackalope Jamboree, and Under the Big Sky.
Yep.
So that's through like Wyoming, Montana, up into Washington, and have to cross Idaho for sure. So I'm just going to be out there hopefully like the entire summer.
Well, and Shane Smith and the Saints host a 4-day deal in Stanley during the summer. So
Check. There we go. Put that on the calendar.
Yeah, for sure.
It was a long time ago. I was doing just like a road trip with one of my exes, like three times replaced. And we were out there just driving from Phoenix and ended up, just driving through Ketchum, driving through Stanley, and just being like, this is like, I would love to live here. Yeah.
Well, we're newbies.
Okay.
So we went out this summer to see some friends in Peekaboo on their ranch. And my dad and Callie and I, and we went out and we just felt our soul in that dirt.
Yeah.
And we were there in June and we had a place in September.
Wow.
We just knew.
You've got land out there too and everything?
No, we don't have land yet.
Okay.
So, but that would be real nice. But we spent some time with our friends out there on their ranch and that's been a lot of fun.
Okay, so you have a ranch in Arkansas.
No, so I grew up in a ranching family.
There we go. Okay.
And I like to say, if you don't have any cows, you're not really a cowboy.
Yeah.
And so the first half, or as my dad says, he says, I sold all my cattle and horses, but I kept my hat and my boots.
Okay.
So my mom passed away. And when my mom passed away,
I'm sorry to hear that.
Well, thank you. It's been years, but we sold the ranch. So like the first half of
Gotcha.
my life, we were in a cow-calf operation.
Okay.
And one side of my family was in the ag business and the other side was in the cattle business. And I gravitated to the cattle business from the time I was just a little tiny kid.
Sure.
And that was a big part of my life until I was, all through college. And then when I got out of college, my dad explained to me that it was all the other businesses that paid for the ranch. So I need to go do something else besides just hang out on the ranch.
Sure.
And so I spent a lot of years doing something else. And then ironically, just over the last several years, probably the last 5, 6, 7 years, I kind of buried that piece of me, Nikki.
Okay.
Because after mom passed and we sold our ranch, it was real painful, if that makes sense, because we sold all our horses and our cattle. And my mom were spending a lot of time out of state, and I was traveling the world with another business.
Okay.
And so there wasn't really someone there to take care of the ranch. And so it was just a decision that if we weren't going to be there to look after it, then we needed to part ways with it.
Yeah.
And so we did, and it broke all of our hearts to do that. And it's really crazy. The music brought me back
to it.
I get to spend some time around the ranching business now, and it really fills my soul.
That's good. That's great. Through music, you're around the ranching business.
Well, it's brought people back into my life. Yes.
Sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And so, I plan on a lot more of that, and someday. Kelly and I hope that we'll have our own horses and cattle again. So
you know what? It'll happen. Just put it out there. I hope the same. I'm like first generation cowpoke, maybe at some point in my future. I had horses as well when I was younger. And when I went away to college, my mom did the same. She ended up selling them because she couldn't take care of them by herself. So, and so it's just like in my heart to go back to that.
Yeah. It never leaves you.
It doesn't.
But I buried it and then when the music started coming out, or when I started really writing a lot, I started tapping back into those emotions that I'd kind of buried for like a really significant part of my life.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What are some of the principles of everyday life maybe that now you bring into your music that you kind of experienced as a younger man in the ranching world?
Right. Well, I think ranching is just a very gritty business.
Yeah.
And you have to nurture the land. There's a big part of nurturing the land and the soil.
Sure.
To generate the type of grasses that you need to feed your livestock. And then there's just so many life principles, because in the ranching business, nothing goes as planned.
Yeah.
and
Mother Nature's a factor.
Mother Nature's a huge factor. And in haying season, when you're trying to get your hay up before the rain, you're always competing against time.
Yeah.
And you got to have a lot of in prices. So I think what transcends through my music from the ranching is just the lifestyle and the grit of the lifestyle. I just came out with a song recently, my latest release, called Cowboy.
Yep.
And Cowboy is about that life and how much it fills your soul to live that life. But it's a hard life.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
No.
My other career was a lot easier than, busting your knuckles every day.
Every day being physical.
That's right. And that's right.
Yeah,
but it didn't fill my soul like that part of my life did.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I feel like a lot of people are moving back towards that kind of life. For some reason these days they call it like an analog movement or whatever.
Right.
And I feel the same too, like a little bit of a pull away from technology, back to something a little bit more natural, like 100%. Living off the land, understanding agrotourism and homesteading and stuff like that.
Right.
But talk to me maybe about something that people don't quite realize, because I think a lot of people romanticize the life, and you're talking about how hard work it is.
Right.
What's something that they don't really understand about that?
Well, I think we ran 350, 400 head of cattle.
Oh, wow.
And so we calve twice a year, fall and spring. I think what people don't really realize is those are living, breathing creatures that you're looking after. And so you have to know your herd inside out. You have to know when one of them's sick.
Yep.
And so you have to be on top of it all the time.
Yeah.
And so it looks really glamorous from the outside, but it's not the glamour that the cowboy loves. It's the grit.
Yeah.
And it's the caring for the land, as I said, and caring for the animals. And look, that goes to chickens. That goes to sheep.
Oh, geez.
That goes to cattle. That goes to horses. That goes to ducks and geese on your place.
Goats,
Quail, whatever you got, pheasants. I mean, it's all part of it.
Yeah.
So I think what most people probably that don't do it never understand is that it's probably the closest thing to living like our ancestors lived.
Yeah.
And it's
which I think would be awesome.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
Now, there's a lot of modernization in the farming and things that have occurred, but at the end of the day, you're still out there, in the wide open.
Busting your butt every day.
Your butt. But when you're on the back of the horse, and I know you love to ride, and I've seen stuff from you when you've posted that you've been riding. When you're sitting up on that saddle and on the back of that horse, and you're looking out over the horizon, and looking at the cattle, it just fills your soul.
Yeah. It's incredibly fulfilling.
Yeah.
Very meaningful.
Yeah. And so that actually, being away from it is really what led me into being into horse rescue. Yeah. And I wanted to be a part of helping horses. Sure. And so that was a big part of what led me to that. Yeah.
Well, let's get into that, because I've been involved in some equine sanctuary rescue stuff too here locally. At what point then did you start kind of advocating for like the Mustangs and just horse rescues in general?
Right. So I wanted to get involved in it, and I did a lot of research on. Okay. And there's a lot of rescues out there. A lot of great rescues, and I really didn't know where to go or what I was called to do. There is a fellow online. He goes by Texas Slim, and he has a company called the Beef Initiative. Yep. And Texas Slim's a great guy, and he really works with farmers and ranchers all over the globe. Okay. And he actually told me about Laurie Higgins' place down in Canyon, Texas, which is Dove Creek. Okay. And so I reached out to Dove Creek, and I don't know if this was 5-6 years ago or something like that, and got involved with them. And it was really fulfilling to me. And then, so that's been ongoing. And then recently, my wife, Callie, and I and my dad have gotten involved with a rescue in Arkansas called Moon Mountain. And that's been very exciting. We've got some exciting things going there. And I wanted to try to be an advocate, like a voice. Yeah. And I didn't come up with this on my own. There's a photographer that does wild horses online, and Susan. And I said, how can I help? And she said, you need to reach out to your representatives, your senators, and you need to write letters. And she told me all these ways to help. So I came back to her and I said, well, I did all these things. What else can I do? She goes, why don't you write a song?
There you go. Yeah.
So I called my producer out in California and I said, I want to write this song, and I really want you to co-write it with me. And he said, well, come on. So I flew out, we wrote it. Song was out in a couple of weeks, and it's called Fight for Me.
And that's from the perspective, I think I read, of the horse.
We wrote it from the perspective of the horse, 100%. It's a cause that is so much bigger than me. Yeah. Because there's really 2 rescues out there. There's really 3. There's a rescue where people can't take care of their animals anymore.
Yeah.
And they need to give them up. And then there's a rescue where it's a law enforcement rescue because the animals are being abused.
Abused and neglected.
And then there is being an advocate for allowing wild Mustangs to stay wild. Because we've got as many Mustangs in captivity today as we do wild. And so, and a lot of those go to slaughter. Yeah. And they ship them across the border to slaughter. And so that's a heartbreaker. So any way that I can get involved to try to help stop that.
Is there an initiative or law or regulation that is saying like a certain amount of the Mustangs have to be captured?
There's a lot of legal fights going on. Okay. With the BLM.
BLM.
And they oversee, the BLM is the overseer of the wild Mustangs in the land that they're on, because they're on BLM land. So yeah, it's a dandy legal fight and a political fight.
Unbelievable.
And there's people that are doing 1,000 times more than me and can do 1,000 times more than me. I'm just trying to add that little bitty piece. To help.
Well, everything is helpful, I believe, for like creatures, animals who can't really like fight for themselves in a way, Right. And when you say advocate for, what are you doing to get involved? Is it like you're going actually helping out there, helping take care of the animals? You're like helping raise funds, or what does that entail?
I personally am a regular contributor.
Okay.
Financially, my wife and I are, and then we give our time to work on whatever we need to work on, whether it's working on a barn, or Callie does photography for it, and my dad's heavily involved with his construction background. To helping
building maintenance and
the rescue operations, and so it's a full-time deal. And it's fulfilling.
Good. Yeah. And are the rescues goals to keep the animals wild in open land, or are they trying to like get them sold out to
Well,
farms,
it's really two different things. One, let's keep them wild. Let's don't pin them up and take their families away from them and send them to slaughter, and separate the youngins from the parents. So you see a lot of colts going south, and it's getting split up. From the mare, and it's just it's a tough deal. So the rescuer wants that to stop, and then on the other side, the ones they can rescue, they want to take great care of, and there's a rehealing process that they have to go through. And then they also allow them to be adopted.
Gotcha.
But they've got to go through. They've got to get their mental and physical health, and there's a lot of training that goes into that.
Absolutely.
That rehabilitates these horses, and after they rehabilitate the horses, and then they bring a trainer in, and so they train them to ride. And then they offer them up for adoption.
That's great.
But you can rescue a lot more than you can give up for adoption.
Yeah, absolutely.
So.
Well, I'd love to learn maybe after this where to go to help donate or just like get involved in any way. There are a couple here locally. Safe Harbor is one that I used to work with, and it's kind of the same thing. I mean, they're not wild, but unfortunately they get the abuse and neglect cases or their surrenders, like really terrible situations. And so when I moved here for grad school, that was the one that my friend and I got involved with. And I was thinking, oh, this is going to be great. We're going to get to go like play with horses, ride horses and stuff like that. But the actual situations that they came in broke me. It was so sad.
They're broken when they come in.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. And so like her and I were two of the only ones who had some experience. So we ended up kind of like helping with the rehab and the training of some of their worst cases and just getting them used to being around humans again, kind of at the worst. And it was heartbreaking, but they do such good work. They get them turned around and adopted and fostered and all that good stuff.
A lot of the, I know Moon Mountain and Dove Creek use the horses for healing too. So after the horses have been rehabilitated, they bring people in, and those horses are very healing to those people.
Therapeutic animals. Yeah, that's amazing. Their therapy, even if they don't have to have healing themselves, like horses have such a healing energy. I feel like 100%. Just being around them.
100%. 100%.
I love that. Well, that's amazing. That's such a great cause. They're so representative of like everything I love about American history and culture, and people kind of just see them as like representing wild and free.
We built this country on their back.
On their back, yeah.
So we need to take care of them.
Absolutely, we do. Yeah. Well, I'll put a link or whatever in the show notes so people can go get involved in your causes here. But one might argue that with the equine and then your background in ranching and what you're kind of doing with music now, that it led up to like the perfect storm to have a great career in music, because you have all of this background and you can kind of channel through your writing and through your songs. Can you talk to me about then your story of how you kind of went from your previous career and got into music? Yeah,
that's a great question. So it wasn't planned.
What is?
Look, I tell you that honestly, there was no plan for this. I went through a difficult period in my life.
Okay.
Which every human being, does. And sometimes it happens a lot, and sometimes it happened once, and but I went through a real difficult period on a number of years.
Yeah.
And so my dad always taught me growing up, he said, you're going to go through ups and downs in life.
Absolutely.
And he said, never waste the suffering.
Wow.
And
that's good advice.
That before I really knew what it meant, spoke to me. And then I got to know what it meant.
Sure. And
so when I went through a rough period in my life, and found that my life just changed overnight, I holed up and I started writing songs.
Okay.
So there was a few things I focused on. One, I had to go do my job every day.
Yeah.
Which, as you know, when you're going through things, that's hard to do.
It is.
And then I wrote songs, which was easy because that was like therapy.
Yeah.
And I poured a lot out into that. I'd already played guitar all my life.
Okay.
So that was easy.
Yeah.
To do. And then I felt like I needed to be a part of something bigger than myself. Mm-hmm. So I got involved in prison ministry at a federal prison, maximum security prison.
Okay.
And so those three things really are that's where the seed germinated.
Okay.
And then what I started reflecting on is that I had been through a lot of great things in life, and I had been through a lot of painful things in life. And I had a reservoir to draw from to write. And it just started pouring out, and I couldn't stop it.
Just came really naturally. You're just telling your story.
It came naturally, and everyone knows there's some things to you that just come naturally, and they pour out of you.
Absolutely.
I mean, you could be in your garage painting a canvas on a Saturday afternoon, and it just pours out. You could be in your garden growing peas or squash, and the songs just fell out of me.
You find that right thing, and it just comes so natural.
So fast forward, that was a great piece of therapy. I really enjoyed it. It filled some time.
Okay.
And a friend of mine out in Oregon that I went to high school with, and we've always kept in touch, he asked me one day on the phone, we were just chatting, he said, man, are you still playing your guitar? And I go, oh yeah, I play all the time. He goes, oh, that's great. I said, I've actually been writing a ton. And he was like, what? He goes, I didn't know that. He goes, I didn't know that you wrote. And I was like, Todd, I said, it's all private. And he goes, I want to hear some of it.
Yeah.
I was like, no, it's just kind of.
At this point, it was just for you.
It was just for me.
Sure.
And it was always just for me. Well, he twisted my arm hard enough. He introduced me to a producer that he knew, award-winning producer from California. And he, I guess, saw something in me, and he took a chance on me, and here we are, off to the races.
The producer did? Mm-hmm. Okay. And who was that?
Ron Allen Cohen.
Gotcha.
Award-winning producer,
scoring lots of TVs. And
yes, incredible composer.
Yep.
Can play every instrument, just and beyond brilliant guitar player.
Yeah.
And we found that we really worked well together. It was very magical, and we had really a good rapport together. So that's where it came from.
What was it like going from writing music for yourself to then being in a studio, cutting these songs, getting direction from a producer, kind of like moving into the, oh, this is real now. It's going to be put out into the world.
The first time I did it, it was nostalgic.
Okay.
And I just went and did it.
Yeah.
I didn't know if I could do it.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you. I was like, I know, I feel like I can write songs.
Yeah.
But I didn't know if that would translate for me into the studio.
Okay.
And he would tell you he didn't know either.
Yeah. Just kind of seeing what happens.
We just saw what happens. He thought there was something in the writing.
Okay.
And that was magical. And then, but after we cut the first record, he was really happy, and he said, I'll be honest with you, I didn't know if you could do this.
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
And I said, well, I'll be honest with you, I didn't know if I could do it either.
Hey, surprise us both.
Yeah. So
That's awesome.
Actually, and I found a real passion for it.
Good.
So I love it.
And this was just last year, the year before?
No, we met in 2021.
Okay. All right.
So we've been curating this. We really got busy in 22, and we've been cutting music since 22 or 23.
So you really have a treasure trove of songs you can go through and just start laying down. Yeah.
Yes, and we're recording all the time.
Okay.
So we record consistently, and I've been trying to release songs about every 60 days.
Sure.
So my whole purpose is like, in this business, and I've watched it for a long time because I've had friends in it that have been successful, and some that haven't, but I'm building a catalog.
Yeah.
And you can't determine, the thing I always admired growing up, I always admired the songwriters.
Absolutely.
I read the liner notes as a kid, just nonstop, and always, I did poetry before I wrote music.
Okay.
And the thing I always admired is the songwriter never asked for your wallet. Mm-hmm. They just asked for your time. And if you moved them,
it's very true.
Then both of you won.
Yeah.
And so I always thought, God, that'd be cool to do someday, but I'd never really had any idea I'd be doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's awesome. Yeah. And sometimes things they happen for a reason, for all the good stuff.
They do.
How did it feel then whenever you kind of took that leap and joined social media? Because I know you said that you're kind of new to that as well.
Yeah, I'd never been on social media before a year ago, ever.
A year ago?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah. I wish that was the case too. Like sometimes I look back and I'm like, I should have never started this.
I felt bare naked.
Yeah. Just kind of exposing to the world. Here I am. Here's what I've been doing.
I felt bare naked, and yeah. Just putting myself out there. But I think that's the role of the songwriter and the artist, and the true songwriters just bare their soul.
They do. It's raw emotion.
It's raw emotion, and so if you're not willing to do that, you probably don't need to be in the game.
Yeah, very true.
I grew up, the men in my family were all gritty guys, and you have to kind of put some of that aside and expose yourself.
That was going to be my next question. I've always wanted to ask somebody this, like, because there is that assumption in I guess like the cowboy or the ranching world that these men are just completely stoic, void of emotion, like highly gritty.
That's right.
How do you manage putting that aside to have such raw emotion come through in your music, or if you even need to?
No, it has to, or I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I think from all of our experiences, as I said, we've had so much joy in our life, and we've had so much pain, and there's just so much to tap from.
Sure.
And
shared experiences.
And then I don't think we're all unique as individuals. I mean, I think we are unique, but I think although the things we go through are different, those pains and joys are the same.
Sure. Common theme.
And so for me, my music started out because of what I was going through with a lot of pain in the music. And I met my beautiful wife, and the music got happier.
Yeah.
And and now there's still some things that we have in life that you can write about that are bumps in the road or sorrows. And a cowboy's lament is powerful. Yeah. So I think you'll see both from me still going forward.
I love that.
Yeah.
So your process is very experiential. You're writing from...
To me, Nikki, it's about the story first.
The story first.
It's not about the music first to me.
Sure, absolutely.
It's about the story, and those stories come from real life experiences.
Yep.
I can't write from a fictional standpoint.
Yeah.
I have to draw from all those other things, and so I would say 90% of the stuff in my songs are they're all true.
Personal
experiences.
And that's one of the things I kind of find hard about, and we can maybe get into this discussion about like current country music these days. Mm-hmm. But I understand the industry in a way where like people write from the point of view of this is going to be a hit, it's going to be marketable.
Right.
But in that, it's manufactured in a way where like they know it's going to hit, they know it's going to work. It's not necessarily from personal experience.
Right.
And I think that's something that is devoid a lot in the current industry, at least what's being portrayed as like mainstream. So I love talking to artists like you, kind of bring in that real authentic experience into the music and then share that with people. Because there's probably a bunch of people out there who would listen to it and be like, yeah, that's me. Or, I feel that. I get that.
Rick Rubin has a saying. He said, never consider the audience when you write.
Yeah. He's so wise.
I mean, he sits there, he's got his legs crossed and his shoes off, and he's just spitting wisdom.
Yep.
But I really don't. I don't consider that. I just consider what I feel inside.
Yeah.
Or I wrote a song called This Town. It was not about me.
Yeah. That was your first, is that the first
single. So my dad grew up in the Arkansas Delta.
Okay.
And it was vibrant when he was growing up. It's not anymore.
Okay.
And there's a lot of towns in Arkansas and Mississippi and Louisiana and Texas that just, they're not ghost towns, but they're just a small fraction of what they used to be.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And so I wrote that song about him revisiting his small town and what he must see through his eyes.
Yeah. The changes over time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What are some of maybe the more traditional values that you kind of learned from your grandfather or your father that you think current generations are missing and could learn from? It's probably a loaded question. There's quite a few, but any one in particular?
Patience.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. We're in an instant gratification world.
Oh gosh, yeah.
And we're in a very materialistic world.
Yeah.
When I think back, because when you're young, I don't know how much you're really learning. Mm-hmm. You're watching. But every year we get a little bit older, we look back and we appreciate things that we may not have appreciated back then.
Absolutely.
And so when I look back and I think about the grit that my dad and my grandfather had through both of my grandfathers, my mother, my grandmothers, just the grit they had to live. And the patience that they had to allow things to play out. And so I think that's one of the great things about being an independent artist. Mm-hmm. Look, I don't know how many streams I'm going to get. I don't know how many people show up to watch me play.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. But if I was on a label and the first one doesn't work, well, maybe I'm shelved.
Yeah.
And I can't pursue this passion.
Yeah.
So that's a real beautiful thing to be able to do.
You keep the creative freedom too. And
yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. But I want to go back to the state of country music.
Yeah.
Art is art.
It is. Art
is art. I just happen to be a lot more drawn to just the personal experience than I am the machine.
Absolutely.
I don't really know how they do what they do. Mm-hmm. I only know how to do what I do.
What you do. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's what everyone can do, is do what they do. Right. And what they love.
Well, it's like what you do. You're very unique at what you do, and you have a great way to talk to people, and I've really enjoyed. I've watched most of your episodes.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and it's really intriguing. It's really intriguing to hear. You know, I think what people think is this is about art. It's not about fame.
Right.
And you do it whether someone's watching or they're not.
Oh, absolutely. You do. On Monday, do you know Coleman Jennings?
I don't know Coleman.
Don't know Coleman. I'll have to send you the new one when it comes out. I think he might be all of 24, maybe 23, 24, 25, I don't know, but he's very young, so well-spoken. Uh-huh. And he had the same sentiment as somebody who's like 10 years younger than myself. He's like, I just want, art is art, beauty is beauty. I just want to make it, and not for the fame. I just want to do what I like to do. And if people enjoy it as well, awesome.
That's where I am.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, then what does 2026 have in store for you?
Well,
or music, album, touring?
That's a good question.
Defer.
No, I think, strategically, I'm going to continue to develop my catalog.
Sure.
I'm always writing.
Yeah.
I don't pick up my guitar and write every day, but I'm always writing when I have a story that I feel like I need to tell. I mean, if I had to go in every day and write here, they'd probably fire me. I mean, if there was a staff writer and they said, you got to come in all day, every day and write, they'd be like 2 weeks. They'd be like, fire this guy.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you didn't know what it
feels forceful every morning. Like, I don't
but
know.
when I feel moved,
yeah,
it starts pouring out.
There you go.
And I can't stop it.
Yep.
So I will continue to build my catalog. We're going to continue to record. We're going to continue to release music. We've got a lot in that's already fully recorded,
sure,
mastered, and ready to go. And it's just letting those things come out. I think for me, 6 songs a year. We've had a big debate. Love your opinion on this.
Okay.
And I've polled a lot of people and how they consume their music. Mm-hmm. Albums versus singles. Mm-hmm. And I feel like when you're budding, mm-hmm, you're budding out of the ground artist.
Yeah.
It's more important, and this was just my take, and it's been validated by some people that I've polled, is that let people experience what you're doing through your singles.
Yep.
Because your songs may get buried on an album, mm-hmm, and being able to being able to release singles really keeps you active with an audience. Yeah. What do you think about that?
I would have to agree. Okay. I think I consume slightly different than most people do because every single Friday I'm like stalking all the new music because I got to put it out to like let people know, right? But I think I would prefer also listening to singles at a time. I listen to the albums too, and I like it when they give me a peek into the story and then the album kind of closes that book.
Right.
Whenever there's like 10 songs on an album and there've been 7 or 8 singles released, and then when the album drops, there's only 2 new ones. Yeah. It's not as much of a, I'm like, I just, like give me 4, 5, maybe, let me get a taste and then I'll listen to the rest of the album because I want to hear the deep cuts. Like, that's kind of how I like to do it. But I do agree that's, drip it out a little bit, let people get, used to your sound, indoctrinated into your story, and then they're excited for more. Like, I want to hear the rest of the album now. Like, what else you got left? Best for last or whatever, So.
What do you think about our sound? I think when you write from an emotional sound, from a perspective, that your sound are like flavors. Yeah. And so I was curious what you think about our sound. Like we have some slow stuff. We have we're going to let some up-tempo stuff come out this year. Do you like a mix or do you like
I love variety.
Do you?
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. It's like, shows versatility of an artist. Not everyone has monotone emotions. I don't think, people are very, like you said, there's ups and downs. Right. And it helps too if you're like kind of in a mood, you're in an emotion, and there's songs from an artist that go with it, but then the next day you feel something different. Right. And there's more that goes along with it. Yeah. And I like hearing that on albums where like, I don't even remember who told me this before, but an album's supposed to follow like the W arc where like it starts with the high tempo, then it goes to low, then mid, then low again, then high. And it just kind of keeps people, it's like an attention thing. It keeps people like listening all the way through because it moves you from high to low to mid to low to high to low, and kind of just kind of oscillates through that. And I can't lie, I'm a big fan of variety.
Good. Yeah. I love it because I would think we have variety. Yeah.
Because too, like, an artist they might have their thing and it's like slow, sad songs and people, get used to them and love them for that. And that's like their core thing. But I think over time, like people, they do want to hear another side of you. Like they want to hear a different version of.
One of the things, and I would share this with any other person that wants to do this. Yeah. Is like your producer is so incredibly important.
Absolutely.
To helping you express your point of view, both from the music side, the consistency side. Ron Allen Cohen, my producer, and we co-write stuff together too.
Oh, nice.
But I give Ron a tremendous amount of credit for what we're doing. Yeah. Like he's very special. Yeah. And he knows how to. When you have a good friend or a family member and they just know how you're feeling and they know what you're trying to say, he knows that about me.
And they help you express it.
100%.
Yeah, great mentor.
Yeah, he is a mentor.
That's wonderful.
He's definitely a mentor.
That's cool. So. That's such a great story how you guys got,
Yeah, we became great friends. Yeah. We spent a lot of time together. Nice.
Well, good for that friend too, who kind of like nudged you along to kind of share it with everybody.
Yeah, Todd was he's
good for you, Todd.
Yeah, thanks, Todd. he was a great friend my whole life, and he was very kind to do that.
Good, I love that. Well, who are some of your musical inspirations? Who did you used to listen to or still do to this day?
Well, that's a great question. I'm absolutely all over the map.
All over?
Yeah, like
I love that.
I think my earliest country song was that I remember was on the AM dial, KARN, maybe in Little Rock, when I was on the farm with my grandfather in his El Camino. Yeah. And it was Roger Miller, King of the Road.
Oh, wow.
So grew up on that kind of stuff. And then, man, I loved 80s, some of the 80s rock. Like, I think that, I was a big Bryan Adams fan. Always loved Willie Nelson. Felt like he always struck a nerve.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm a huge Bingham fan.
Ryan Bingham?
Huge Bingham fan.
Yeah. Great songwriter.
And he's just his own unique self.
Very much so.
And I love that. And my dad dug some Gladys Knight in the Pips. And I mean, Midnight Train to Georgia, man. So, I mean, I'm a melting pot. I'm a melting pot. So yeah, as far as country goes, I was just more of a fan of a lot of the big writers.
Yeah.
And because I was always reading the liner notes.
Like a Towns.
Yeah.
And Zanka, yeah.
Yes. And just people that I felt like were laying it out.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I'm just a melting pot.
Yeah. That's good. You get so many different like influences into your.
I could probably list 1,000 people, but yeah, those are some of them.
I love that.
Yeah,
I know my taste is all over the place too.
I don't really see any of their. I think it's their passion and how they moved me, but I don't know that I see any of their melodic influence or anything like that. But definitely their storytelling ability.
How they pen a story.
Yep. 100%.
How they turn a story. And I love that. The lyricism of some of the best writers is just like, wow.
Yeah.
You know how to speak
100%.
right to the soul. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. 100%.
I love that.
And Callie and I both are huge fan of Stephen Wilson Jr.
Oh my gosh. He's from the town right next to mine where I grew up. Yep. I have yet to tell him this. I did awkwardly approach him one time when he was eating dinner by himself. And I was like, I literally opened with the line, I'm normally not this person, but, and then I did it, you know? But yeah, he's from Seymour, which is just right out of where I'm at in Southern Indiana. And, like, I remember like taking sports trips and stuff to your high school. Like we'd play you in basketball and volleyball and stuff. And, so it's just good for him. Yeah. Good for him.
We love his stuff, and he moves me.
Yeah.
Shane Smith and the Saints move me.
Oh yeah.
They move us, and I like the three things I like in my music. I like some hard drums.
There you go.
And I like some really unique lead guitar.
Yeah.
And I love the fiddle.
Oh yeah.
Love it.
Bennett Brown.
Yeah. Those are instruments I gravitated to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but everything I write I write everything on acoustic guitar.
Okay.
I don't play any other instrument. Don't pretend to.
Yeah.
So that's it.
So are you going to be playing shows kind of close to home base, or are you kind of doing some travel in this?
I think I'll be playing quite a bit up in the Idaho area.
Okay. Thanks, guys. We had my original camera died, so we jumped over to the phone. Appreciate beautiful camera woman back there. Things happen. So you were talking about the shows that you have upcoming this year playing around.
So I'm going to play Idaho, Montana, and Wyoming.
Nice.
And really focus kind of on singer-songwriter stuff.
Okay.
Around and yes. Yeah. And well, because I love that part of country.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you recognize, I'm not the youngest chicken. So I can't do what these young boys do, go run around the country, do 150 days.
Yeah, the best experiences. So wisdom, wise beyond the years.
Yeah. And then, we're just going to be cutting a bunch of music and releasing probably every 60 days.
Nice.
So that's kind of the plan. And then learn more about this darn social media that we have to do.
There you go. Well, I think, you know what, Diane, I think you're doing real well.
Thank you.
You really do.
Thank you.
You really do. It's so interesting how people go about it. I think so many people have different opinions on how it should be done, how social media should be done. Right. The marketing people in the industry are like, you should do it this way. I'm like, whatever they can do to keep consistent.
It's all being learned.
Yeah, it's all being learned.
Do not profess to know what I'm doing or not.
Well, y'all got to stay tuned for everything he has to put out this year. And Worth, I'll leave you with this question. And when you kind of look back and all is said and done, what do you hope people have taken away from your music and the message that you want to put out there?
I think music's a bridge.
Yeah.
To bring us all together.
Yeah.
And if it brings people together and it lets people be in touch with emotions that's healthy for them to be in touch with, then I hope my music helps to do that.
Yeah.
And then I hope my music brings people together. I think that's the most important thing to me. It's
universal stuff.
Because once you release it out into the world, your part's really over.
Yeah.
It has to do what it can do with other people.
Absolutely.
So, I just hope it brings people together.
I think it does.
Thank you.
I'm absolute right track for that.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's been a treat.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. And y'all make sure you go check it. It's so your name on Instagram,
Worth
website,
Gibson Music.
everywhere.
Yeah,
okay?
Worth Gibson Music. Yeah.
and stream on Spotify. If you're out west, go check them out, Singer Songwriter Round, and I'll make sure to put the links to the to donate to the rescues in
for
show
sure.
notes.
For
Thanks,
sure.
guys.
Thanks, Nick.
Thank
It's been a
you.
lot of fun.
It has indeed.